What's up, guys? So today I want to do something a little different, and I know this might catch some people off guard because I've been making GTA 6 content. I've been making gaming videos, speculation stuff. So this is kind of different from the usual stuff that I make here. And trust me, I love making that content and I'm not going anywhere with it. But since things are kind of slow and quiet right now, and there's really not much going on in the community, I feel like this is the perfect time to actually talk about something that matters a lot to me. Because if I'm being real with you, one of the reasons I wanted to make content in the first place was not just to talk about games. It was also to just talk to people. It was to help people. To say the kind of things that I wish somebody had told me when I was struggling. And I know a lot of people watching this are excited for GTA 6, but I also know a lot of people are also watching this that are feeling lonely, tired, mentally cooked, and they're just waiting for some future thing to finally make them feel okay. And that's really the point I want to start with, because I think a lot of people are waiting for a game. Maybe it's GTA 6, maybe it's something else, to kind of save them or at least numb them out enough that they don't have to think about what's really going on the inside. People do this with games, with social media, with weed, with corn, with relationships, with all kinds of shit. And the deeper issue is always the same, which is that they're trying to escape themselves. And I get it, because I used to do the exact same thing for years. I used video games to cope with depression for a huge part of my life. And at the time, I didn't even fully realize what I was doing. I just knew that I didn't want to sit alone with my own thoughts. So I'm not saying that games are bad, not at all. I actually love video games, as a lot of you guys know. I'm saying that if you're using them like anesthesia, then the pain is still there at the end. It's just waiting for you until you turn the game off. For a long time, I never thought I was getting out of that hole. I had negative thoughts constantly, and I felt heavy all the time. I felt disconnected from life. And the worst part is that after a while, it starts to feel completely normal and you completely stop imagining any other version of yourself. But I did get out of it, and I'm incredibly grateful that I did. Because once you actually come out on the other side, you realize how much of your life you were living through this gray filter that made everything feel smaller, irrelevant, and colder, and actually much worse and harder than it really is. That's a big reason why I wanted to make this video, because if even one person hears this and it clicks for them a little bit, then it was totally worth it. I really do think that it would be way better to go into GTA 6 with a clear head and a stronger body and a more stable mind, because then you could actually enjoy it instead of just using it as a temporary lifeboat. And I want that for all of you guys. One of the biggest things I had to understand is that your body is basically a machine. And I know that that sounds weird at first, but just hear me out for a second, okay? Because most people walk around treating their body and mind like it's this separate magical thing, when it's really a system. And if the system is not calibrated right, then of course it's not gonna run the way that it's supposed to. What you eat matters. How much water you drink matters. Whether you move your body matters. Whether you sleep matters. Whether you get enough protein and enough sunlight and actual nutrients matters. All of that really does make a huge difference. People talk about the gut being like a second brain for a reason, because food affects how you feel on a crazy level. And I really think that if more people fixed their diet, stopped eating garbage constantly, and exercised a little bit more often, as well as hydrating themselves like a proper human being, a huge amount of their mental issues would start lifting, and they wouldn't have even realized how much of it was dragging them down before. Another thing I had to come to terms with is that a lot of depression grows in people when they feel like life has no meaning or direction. And I'm not even saying that everybody needs religion or needs to believe in God the exact same way, because I know that that's different for different people. But I do think that people need something bigger than just endless distraction. A lot of people don't know why they're here. And when you don't know why you're here, life starts to feel random and empty, and every little problem starts hitting a lot harder because there's nothing holding it all together. What ended up helping me is realizing that existing is enough to start. Like, you don't need permission to be here, and you don't need to prove your worth before you deserve to live. The beauty of life is literally in living it and shaping it. It's almost like creative mode in Minecraft, where the whole point is not to ask about what the map wants from you, but what you want to build inside of it. And that leads into something a lot of people hate hearing, but it's true, which is that you have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone if you want life to actually change. There's no way around that, and I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that. Your brain grows through new experiences and challenges and discomfort and repetition. And if you spend all your time hiding in routines that keep you feeling the same, then yeah, life is going to keep feeling dead and repetitive. That doesn't mean to go out and do something insane tomorrow. It just means that you have to start proving to yourself that you can move towards the things that actually scare you instead of always running away from them. Over time, it becomes really rewarding in a way that's hard to explain until you feel it for yourself. Life starts feeling less like something that's just happening to you and more like something you are actively participating in. And I think that's why video games hit so hard for people, because games give you objectives. They give you a clear path, while real life forces you to choose one. That's really one of the hardest parts for people, because in a game, you always know what the next mission is. You always know what the next level is. You always know what the reward is supposed to be for completing that level. But in real life, nobody hands that to you. And that freedom can actually feel crushing if you're not used to it. So what I had to learn is that you have to create your own objectives and stop waiting around for the perfect one to magically appear. You have to set a short goal, something really simple, something that's attainable and something that you can work towards for the next few months. It could be your body, it could be money, it could be confidence, maybe social life, discipline, whatever the hell you want or decide. But if you start moving towards something and actually give your days a sense of direction, life starts feeling more fulfilling almost immediately. That's the part that people really miss. Fulfillment doesn't come from thinking about a better life. It comes from moving towards one in small baby steps. Another huge thing that I wish more people understood is how much of your suffering is tied to the way you think and the way that you respond to your own thoughts. People say it's all in your head, like that means that it's not real. But what they don't realize is that your head is exactly where your whole reality is being filtered through. If your mind is constantly throwing poison at you and you believe every thought without questioning it, then of course life is going to feel impossible. But your mind is supposed to serve you, not rule over you. You're not supposed to be a slave to your own thoughts. You have to start observing yourself. Observe what you feel. Observe what triggers you. Observe the thoughts that show up when things go wrong. Because once you can observe something, you can start separating yourself from it. And once you stop reacting to every emotional wave like it's the truth, you get some power back and things start changing faster than you could imagine. That's why I think becoming more of an observer is one of the most powerful things you can do, because people's emotions are constantly being weaponized against them, not just by other people, but by their own habits and patterns too. The second that you start letting every little thing control how you feel, whether it's a comment or a setback or somebody not texting you back or some bad memory popping up in your head, you're giving your whole nervous system away for free. But if you can slow down and notice it instead of instantly becoming and embodying that feeling, that's when you start getting your own sovereignty back. And I know that sounds grand, but it's really built from small decisions, baby steps. Watch yourself more closely and be gentle with yourself. Don't try to rebuild your whole entire life in a week, because that's just not going to happen. This kind of recovery takes a long time, and sometimes it can take years. But if you stay patient and stop bullying yourself every time you slip up, you'll eventually look back and realize you climbed out of a place you once thought would kill you. So I guess what I really want to say is this: you have more control than you think you do and more power than you think you do. And I know that the world teaches people to look outside of themselves for every answer, but a lot of answers are already inside of you and they've been there the whole time. You really can change your life. If one person can change history, if one character in every video game we love can carry the whole world on his back, and take down armies and move mountains, then you can definitely change your habits and your mind and your future. I used to look up to Master Chief for that exact reason, because he represented the idea that one person with enough will can make a huge monumental difference. And if you can change the world, then you can damn sure change yourself. So while we wait for GTA 6, while we wait for whatever future thing we think is finally gonna make life feel better, maybe use this time to start building yourself into someone who can actually enjoy that future when it finally gets here. And if any of this helped you, let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts on anything that I've said, guys, because I'd love to keep doing videos like this. But that being said, I hope that you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.